Hey guys, this is LG Shaft. This is the MSI Pro Cup. This is game number, I've lost count. And we are looking at game number 2 between two awesome players and what has proven to be an epic TVP. With me today is Bug Rancher. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing pretty good. I'm just enjoying this casting, providing that high-level analysis of these matchups. I enjoy it.
Sweetness, sweetness. Well, as usual, I'm going to let you introduce the players, and we're going to launch into this game here in, well, as soon as I get the splash screen off, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, well, I'll let you take this. Who deserves to be introduced first?
I would say the Protoss.
Alright, well, we have the legendary Combat Easy. This is not Combat X. It's not quite as BM, but close. It is one of the fastest Proboscis in Korea, Slayer's Puzzle.
Your mic sounds like you're in a bathroom on like some extra iron pills or something, like a robot.
Well, I actually have a confession
What's that?
to give to you, Shaft. I'm actually Aquaman. I'm underwater right now.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes perfect sense then.
So I will let a goldfish do the next introduction. No, not really. Because it is the best European macro Terran. The best Terran in Europe. It is Empire Cox.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, I just got struck by the greatest idea ever. These SCVs have a cigarette hanging out of their mouth. I have a Hydralisk blocking that for the viewers, but wouldn't it be awesome to have a Hydralisk with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth?
I think all Hydralisks should subscribe to massive amounts of nicotine. I do believe they would move faster if they had a cigarette hanging out of their mouth.
If we're gonna do that, we might as well give them some cocaine as well.
Right. I think Zerglings should be given cocaine so they move even faster.
They do. Don't you know what the adrenal glands upgrade is?
Oh, that's just cocaine, isn't it?
Yes, they put it into the dog food.
If only my Zerglings pulled out dollar bills, folded them up, and snorted lines of cocaine off of the queens, I don't even know what, and then ran across the map to kill my opponent, that would be the greatest feeling in the world. But
actually, they don't snort them off the queen. They snort them off of the, what's her name? I can't even think of it. She's the really big
Kerrigan?
Yeah, they snort her off her belly.
Oh man, I would. Wow, that would. As a Zerg player, that's kind of a fantasy of mine. We shouldn't discuss that further. Shan't be not PG rated. I know we have 5-year-olds watching the stream. DJ Weed's children and Artosis's children are watching the stream right now. But we have what looks like a 1-1-1 coming out of Cass, which, I mean, he's pulling a Puma here. It looks like dual sights the map. 1-1-1's a strong build. He's going for it. He lost a macro game to Puzzle, and I think he just wants to end it quick.
Explain to me what a 1-1-1 is if you have 2 barracks.
You know what? It isn't a 1-1-1. It's 2 barracks pressure. But, you know, that early gas faked me out. It's just, I've seen Puma do the 1-1-1. All those Banshees, tanks, and Marines on this map, I could have sworn. But,
it's okay, man. I got you disoriented with the Kerrigan comment.
I know. I was just too busy fantasizing about Kerrigan. But we have an engineering bay block on Puzzle's natural. This is weird. What's going to happen, Shah?
What's happening is Kaz is doing a lot of infantry pressure, and he wanted to buy some time for that Nexus. And now that he's disrupted what the Protoss was planning, and the Protoss has a pretty sizable bank, he's going to just try to apply some pressure, and should Puzzle move on down into that natural, he's going to take out some units. But seeing as that did not happen, Kaz is wisely moving back and gonna go right into some macro of his own.
Oh, I feel so much better now. Cass is building a factory. I don't feel completely stupid. I think he's just going to go into medevacs from this point and do some really heavy medevac marine marauder pressure. He's researching stim right now. Oh, and there the starport goes down. Cass is doing some heavy one basing right now.
Yeah, and drops are really a bane of Protoss play. So this may not work out for Puzzle to his favor, but should Puzzle be able to hold this satisfactorily, Kaz is going to be way behind. He's basically playing a completely different style than we're used to, because he always does this economic sort of play style, and people cut corners because of that, and maybe he's just trying to punish that.
Right. Oh my god, a force field splits the Terran army in half. That's humongous. That could be the death of Kaz right now, but wow. I'm not sure how that's going to affect the game, but it looks like Kaz is going to actually clean up some of these units.
Yeah, there's only 4 units left for the Protoss, and he's continuing this pressure by way of the Observer, but Kaz is going to be able to sandwich those units if he sticks around for much longer. Again, Kaz has no command center, no way of expanding, so you would think he's going to be doing the one doing pressure, but that's not the case at the moment. He is choosing to build a command center now, and that will put him back into the economic play of this game. But the interesting part about this is Puzzle is just now saturating his natural, so Kaz is not as far behind as you would initially think.
Right, it really makes sense why Kaz did the engineering bay block. He really wanted to shift the game pace into a more low econ, which is where Terran really excels with these with the concussive shell, with the bio medevac pressure. Medevac Marine Marauder do really well in small numbers against small numbers of units. So
not to mention,
I mean, it makes sense, but Puzzle has an observer in the natural, and he's seeing everything.
Not to mention, in the low econ game, mules play a much bigger role. Once the game hits about 60 or so harvesters, mules' importance tends to slow down unless you have a great number of them.
Right. Kaz is really trying to take advantage of the racial traits of the Terran, but this push is going to be so much weaker because Puzzle went off and sniped off half his Marine Marauder force with those force fields.
Absolutely, but it's still got the Protoss a little bit out of position, and it's going to keep him on the back foot a little bit while he gets into the natural. Now, he's attacking the Nexus instead of probes, and that's going to give the Protoss just enough time to get there. That was actually sloppy control by Kaz that could have been handled a lot better for significantly better results.
Right. When you do these sort of pressures, when you're attacking your opponent, you always want to remember that you want to go for guaranteed damage. And a few hit points on the Nexus is not as much worth some guaranteed pro kills, which are much easier to deal with. And Kaz is really trying to keep his opponent pinned in his base with these with this double medevac.
And it's not really working, actually, as Puzzle is moving across the map to apply pressure to the natural now. Kaz does have a few units here to deal with it, but he's going to be forced to drop his units out of the medevacs and run home as quickly as possible. It's really tough in a sandwich situation to control your units, so Kaz is going to have to really stress his multitasking here. Now, his units have been caught before his sandwich could complete, but force fields are coming down and his units are getting picked apart before they can ever really get a good concave and do that essential DPS.
Oh my gosh, I see what Kaz was trying to do. He was trying to flank from two sides with that army, but his medevac army was just too far away, and he got caught with Puzzle having the ability of having his full army to kill half Kaz's army and then kill the other half separately, and that sealed the deal.
Absolutely, dude. That was a tough game there for Kaz, getting 2-0'd by Puzzle. This is not a situation Kaz is very used to.
Right. Puzzle showing his Korean Code-esque qualities.
Absolutely, man. Well, let's hop on right into the next game after a 1-minute break, guys. See you in 60 seconds. Bye-bye.